is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report. Yeah, baby. July 22nd, day before my birthday. Sun just went into Leo. 0 degrees. We're coming out of that water. Oh yeah. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Mercury comes out of that watery Cancer into the fire of Leo, and we got a Sun conjunct Mercury going on. So I don't know, this could be a long report, you know. Mercury is talking. Oh my God. What else is with the cosmic weather today? Well, we got Venus is going retrograde on Saturday. She just went into Virgo. Last week's report I talked about that a little bit. And she's going to station. She's going to go retrograde for 40 days. Venus retrograde. She's going to go down into the underworld. We're going to lose sight of her. She's going lower and lower and lower in the evening sky until the 11th of August. And then she's going to be so close to the sun, she's going to disappear. So in the old days, they called that the underworld, when you could not see Venus. She disappears until about August 25th, where she pops up in the eastern morning sky. Yeah, refreshed, renewed. But we can say that for a while now, she's on her way down, starting Saturday. Now the other interesting thing is that on Sunday, the very next day, Uranus goes retrograde over there in Aries. Very powerful time. I'll talk about what these retrogrades mean a little bit, but you know, both Venus and Uranus going retrograde this weekend. We got this first quarter square moon, and that is happening tomorrow on Wednesday at the first degree of Scorpio. Moon is in Libra right now, but you know, on Thursday goes into Scorpio. And then, yeah, on Thursday we've got a new square moon. Saturday, she leaves Scorpio, goes into Sagittarius. We got then sun in fire, moon in fire. The fire is a-comin'. Yeah? And then on Tuesday, she moves into Capricorn. So that's the moon. I'm kind of at a bit of a spot here where I'm trying to walk up the river, but you know, walking around with a camera, climbing up rocks without falling into the frickin' creek, you know, that's one thing. So the only other major aspect that might come up in today's report, let me just jump this rock once. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh yeah, here we go. Mars square Uranus. Yeah, Mars is in the late degrees of Cancer, and oh my God, that square to Uranus is making us want to jump and shout and rebel, and yeah. Let me find a spot to sit down and talk to you more looking at the camera. Ciao, ciao. All right. Well, I wanted to get on the main creek, but it was way too noisy out there, and you know, I'd have to shout through the whole thing, and I couldn't really relax and talk to you at length like I would like to today. What is going on? Well, I'll tell you, it's kind of an interesting mix here between, let's look at number one. I feel like the sun moving out of Cancer into Leo it's like the birth canal, it's like a birth. Cancer is the womb, it's the mother, and Leo is children. So it's just like, you know what, we're all being born right now. It's like we're crowning, you know. I delivered I helped deliver, my 3 kids, and there's that stage where the head is just popping out. And mom is stretching, and she's breathing, and she's got to push, and baby is like really getting squeezed, and you're at that moment. It's a threshold. We're on the threshold. This is a threshold experience. And we can expand that out because we are on the threshold of a new age, of a new paradigm. We're giving birth to a new consciousness. It's a new quality of human existence and experience. And it's taken its toll on us. And we're all having to push and breathe hard and hang in there. So, this Mars coming into a square with Uranus, it's like, you know what, I've had it. I'm tired of pushing. I want to give one last explosive, like, get this baby out of here. It's like, and we had it opposite Pluto. It kind of still is. It's just moving away, tapering off. But it's been kind of like, ready to punch the wall, ready to just like, And the seeds of that are sown in that Mars-Uranus conjunction back in March and April. It was like, start, charge, begin, boom, gun goes off at the beginning of the horse race, dog race, whatever race. It's like, start out, get going, make it happen. And so then, but we run into obstacles, we run into blocks, and it creates a lot of irritability, a lot of frustration, a lot of like, why doesn't this, why doesn't shit just happen? So it's really something. And I want to go back because part of this block really has to do with Venus square Saturn. And like I said, that's going on from July 1st to August 15th. It's a big transit going on, long time, long term. And this transit has its roots back in last November. November 12th, Venus was conjunct Saturn at this 26th degree of Scorpio. And I did a whole longer, I took this whole cycle of Venus-Saturn through on a video I did for the New Paradigm community. And I'm going to take this Saturn-Venus square through the houses of your natal chart in my next instructional video. So if you're really into knowing more, you should check out the community. I mean, the community is really happening. I got a question and answer coming up this weekend. There's all kinds of forum activity and things going on with the community. If you want to learn astrology, it's an awesome way to do it. But to really focus on this, the seed that was sown, the Sabian symbol for that 26th degree of Scorpio is Native Americans setting up camp after moving to a new territory. It's really profound because the native indigenous peoples, especially, the indigenous people of North America, they moved, they traveled, they went with the seasons, they migrated like the birds, they changed and went on from one condition to another with the seasons of Mother Nature. And this is what was crushed. This is what the patriarchy said, we're gonna, build cities out of concrete and glass and never move and never change and never flow with the river. And this refusing to change and adapt, really has its limitations. And we're finding out now that it's really necessary for humanity to change and adapt and flow and get more into the feminine and more into Mother Nature and more into the seasons. So the seeds of this Venus-Saturn, Saturn forming and structuring Venus, are love, our relationship, our money, our resources, it all comes and goes. We are natural creatures. So the seeds, last November, this whole cycle, this is a third quarter square. And it's time to look back over what's gone on since last November until what's coming up now and really face, it's time to pay the piper. We made commitments, we made choices, we broke commitments, we decided to go deeper, or we decided to stay single, and now it's time to reflect on what's gone down in these last 9 months and what we're really giving birth to. And it's time to really now make new choices that are way more conscious from what we've learned over these last 9 months. And so this Mars-Uranus is saying, break free, break out, experiment, open up to new territories, move into doing things in a new way. Break out of the consensus, the conventional, and into the new paradigm, the unconventional. The third quarter square, 270 degrees, has to do with breaking away and into the unforeseen, into the unknown. Yeah, baby. And it's not always easy. It's letting go of the familiar, the secure, the known, and the comfortable. And it's kind of nail-biting time. We're in kind of a nail-biting time. And it's like push, push. You can do it. You can do it. And what more I think this is about, it has really got to do with, what if we don't do it? What if we're afraid and we hang out in the conventional? We hang out in the consensus? What's going on out there? We read the newspaper, we watch, the new movies, the new videos, the stuff that's coming out, on the internet. And I'll tell you what, it's dark. There's a lot of darkness happening, There's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of reason to complain, to bitch and moan and groan and put it all out there. I'll tell you what the new paradigm is about. The new paradigm is about ho'oponopono. Like what I put up out there last week. Taking 100% responsibility for what I'm feeling. That I am creating my reality. And this is where we come into this Leo. The sun's moving in there. Mercury's moving in there. Mars is going to be coming into Leo. Jupiter is already there. Venus is coming back into Leo. We're going to have a Leo party. And Leo is about creation. Leo is about being an agent of creation, like a ray of the sun, illuminating the darkness, not being overcome by the darkness, not being intimidated, not fearing. This is like boom. It's powerful. The Sabian symbol for Uranus stationing at the 21st degree of Aries is a boxer entering the ring. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The boxer entering the ring. This is a time to assert our truth, our self. And this is why I put forth Kundalini Yoga so much. And it's so important. It's like clean up your own backyard. Here's a good quote for you, When your shit doesn't stink, then you can go around blaming or pointing out everybody else's. Leo is about my stuff. And it's my creation, the king, the queen of the jungle. And we look at Venus retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Saturn still retrograde. These retrograde is rebel, revolt, individualize, personalize, make it your own. This is the retrograde process. I'm going to revolt differently. Venus, I'm going to love differently. Saturn, I'm going to structure my life differently, in my own way. Leo, I'm going to do it my way. So this is just a real time where, you know what, we can buckle. Life can be a bitch. Venus square Saturn. It's not easy. We're hitting the wall in a lot of ways, yeah? And all I can say is the mantra for this week. I feel like I'm giving some kind of freaking pep talk here or something, you know? Oh my God. With bold determination, I will reach my destination. As an agent of creation in a world of celebration. This is not about avoiding, denying, getting lost in illusions of spirit, love, and oneness, and flowers and fairies. This is bold determination. This is the fiery sign of Aries and Leo, yeah? Backed up with the waters of Cancer and that Saturn in Scorpio that says, you know what? You know, I know there's a lot of crap going on out there, and I know it's not easy, and I know it's called character building. It's time to build some character here, you know? And in the face of opposition, that other boxer in the ring, call it the government, call it the bank, call it your boss, call it your partner. It's like, I am not going to, you know, be overwhelmed. I am going to have a good time. I'm going to find life. I'm going to be an agent of life. I am going to be a light. Yeah? I'm going to go out in nature and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to look at a creek and I'm going to focus my attention on the future, on creation, on what is beautiful, on what I can love. I am going to build my aura. This is Kundalini Yoga, Yogi Bhajan. You build your magnetic field, and you become you magnetize. Yeah, Jupiter. You magnetize prosperity. You magnetize people loving you, giving to you, supporting you, wanting you. By what? You being worth it. We need to make ourselves worth it through doing our inner work. And then the world is a mirror that really promotes us. And what do we promote? The new paradigm. We are an agent of creation, the new paradigm. You hear what I'm saying? Ow! Yeah, baby. With bold determination, I will reach my destination. As a frickin' agent of creation in a world of celebration. Get out there and party. Be an example of how to party. Namaste. Aloha. So much loving. Yeah.